Hello.
Hello, guide. Thank you very much for being here. Are you aware of what it is I'm trying to do here?
We're trying to ask questions to the guides
Yes,
for better clearance and information.
that's right. I'm writing a book and also articles for my newsletter. And I think the readers would be very interested in knowing about spirit guides. And I thought, who better than Alexina and her guides? And so, are you all right if I proceed with that?
Yes.
Good. Now, I may ask questions that I may have asked you before, but I'd like to get all this down on sort of one record. We are recording this. Do you have a name that I might address you by?
I am Rupert.
Rupert. Thank you, Rupert. Rupert, how does one get to be a spirit guide for a human?
Through family or friends connections that they have already had on Earth before, someone that they can energetically connect with, trust, and form a bond with, or a bond that has already happened before. There is this exchange of energies that's already been there, which continues throughout life, through life, through life, through life, and we can connect easily with the human soul inside.
Hmm. Now, are there any qualifications to be a guide? Do you have to have experienced, say, a certain dimension of consciousness or anything like that?
Sorry, I did not hear the question.
I'm just wondering if there are any special qualifications required to be a guide. Do you have to be of a particular level of consciousness, for example?
No, it's what a soul contract has been set when everyone was together up in the soul world.
Hmm.
There has been souls setting contract, for example, for me to take over on this journey part of Alexina. We set this in contract before she came down to Earth.
I see.
There is no specific qualification, as you humans say, or soul age that you have to be. It's whatever is worked out between both souls up in the universe.
Mm-hmm. Would a guide typically have been, and I think you said this, but would they have been with the person they're guiding through many lifetimes?
Yes, we are all part of a soul group
Mm-hmm.
guiding each other already. We have many guides that come in and out of a human's life, depending on what journey they are on in that life. We all work together, but we come in for different reasons.
Is it the case that a human has a principal guide?
A principle.
Yes, a primary guide, one who's with him or her.
We all work together. We are all for the soul's highest greatest good, and we all work together and all come in and out at different moments of the human's life to help with the lessons that is to be taught on Soul School.
Mm-hmm. How many guides would a human have who are actively working with them at any one time?
Up to 20.
Amazing. Now, what can you actually do to provide guidance? Do you intervene in certain ways?
We quietly guide. We will never intervene, but we will try and pull the soul onto the path that they have asked for. Of course, there is free will from the human, but from the soul plan, we will guide them slowly, whispering to them, following their heart, as humans would say, but that is us working with them.
Mm-hmm. Do you work with them in the sleep and dream states as well?
Yes, always. For a lot of humans, the dream state is easiest to get into, especially those dreams that they remember very vividly the next morning. That was us.
Hmm.
In the sense of Alexina, she has had many of these before she became awakened. And these now, when she woke up from her dream, were like memories to her. This is what it feels like for the human to dream from us.
Mhm. Would you say that you're more active with a human when they're asleep or when they're awake?
Both. We are always talking to the human, but it is the ego that can get involved and block us out.
Mhm. And is it through the heart that your messages would mostly come?
Yes.
Mhm.
We also send frequencies of energies through the body. A lot of humans mistake this for headaches or heart palpitations or something wrong with them. No, this is us trying to connect with you.
Ah, okay. Now, as a guide, do you have any teachers, mentors, or guides who you can call upon for help?
We have the ascended masters, we have Jesus, we have God, we have those that are higher than us in that sense, that we can ask for help and guidance. We are all form of pure love over here. We don't have any anxiety, jealousy, hatred, or anything. We only work from love. So we always do what's in the best interest of the soul on earth.
Mhm. If the soul is, or the human is not aware that he or she has guides, is not really, as you say in quotes, awakened, is it the case that it's more difficult for you, or it's a different approach that you must take? Can you shed a little light on that?
Yes, we will put souls on the path of the human that is not awake, for that soul to sow little seeds within the head, to get that soul who's not awoken to think, which will open up a frequency in that soul, that human, to try and connect with the soul that is awoken. It's a never-ending domino effect where the people be put on the right path for that soul at that right moment to open up the soul's self, but also the ego brain to push it out.
Hmm. What would you say is the best thing a human can do to push out that ego?
Take time for itself. You humans are too busy rushing around, going to work, getting the groceries, doing this, doing that. There's only moments at night time when you stop to relax, but then also you are so much guilt inside you for stopping and for not working and for not doing this and not doing that, which is why we come in the dream state. But they should take the time, walk in nature, be with oneself, a relaxing state, yoga. If meditation is not for you, find other ways of just sitting with oneself and feeling the body, feeling the frequency, feeling the energy that is going through you.
Very good. That's very helpful. Thank you. Do other civilizations, such as the Palladians, the Andromedans, have spirit guides in the same or similar way to humans?
Yes, and we also all work together.
Hmm.
I do not know so much about it, but I know they have guides too, and I know they have reasons for things that they do. But I
Mhm.
would be the wrong person to ask for that. But yes, and we all do work together as a collective.
Mhm. I can imagine the experience you gain from one civilization may have some use or application in another.
Yes.
Yeah. Would it ever be the case that a guide would have a foot in both camps, so to speak, working with a human and also working with, say, a Palladian.
Sometimes, but this is very unusual.
Mhm.
It also depends if that human reincarnated before as that.
Mhm.
It all depends on the reincarnation process and what they've asked for.
Yes. Now, you as a guide presumably came into existence at approximately the same time Alexina did. You're part of the same soul family or group. Is that really the case that you came into existence at about the same time?
No, I have been up here for a while. I am one of the elders who also looks over Alexina.
Okay.
With Alexina, she has different guides that have come on her path at different moments. Some of those who have already passed over and now became her guides, but they have moved on through different lessons, different moments in her life. I am now here to help facilitate the new energies that are coming in for her to be able to control them, to understand them, and to get a hold of them. Things are happening with Alexina, new things every day that she is in awe of and is taken aback of. She has just found out that she can be a trance medium. This was a big shock for her. She had this 2 days ago. But by her working on it, it can get stronger.
Mhm. Well, if this is a bit overwhelming for her, and if I can help in any way, I'm happy to. I can't see any way that I can right now, but anyway, I'm available if there is anything I can do. Um, is there a point at which a guide would have learned pretty well everything they can by virtue of being a guide? And then what would they move on to? What are
One
you doing? What are you doing with your fingers?
wanted to learn everything as a guide.
I'm sorry, I interrupted. No, I was just wondering, what are you doing with Alexina's fingers?
For Alexina, she starts doing movements because we are working through her now. This is for a better connection for her and for her to have stronger connections to what's going on around her at the moment.
Ah,
We are trying to work through her body as well as just her vocal cords to try and be part of her.
what is the advantage of that?
So she can give comfort and talk to people, especially people that have passed on and who need comfort and to understand that this is real.
Um, so she'll be working with people who have passed on as well as people who are still here.
Yes.
Interesting. Is she able to open her eyes now?
Yes.
Very good. That might be something that would help her connection with other humans if she's giving any guidance or help, assistance while channeling. I guess initially it's a bit distracting.
Yes. She goes in and out. Sometimes she has to close to focus.
Mhm. Hmm. Well, before I got a little distracted, I was asking, what might you go on to after you have been a guide? Or, well, maybe I'm not asking this very well. Is
Some
there a point at which you may have learned everything you can by virtue of being a guide? And then what might you go on to?
yes. Some of us will reincarnate again just because we want to be back down on Earth,
Ah,
help others and experience from an Earth's point of view.
mhm.
Sometimes we will move on to be ascended masters, elders, and help the archangels.
Mm. In what way would you help the